Mike. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Monday. Woo woo. That's right. It's time for a weekly shave video. Let's get this going. CBL Roasted Oatmeal Stout. Darn good stuff. If you don't have CBL, get you some. Razor Rock Big Bruce favorite synthetic brush. The real deal, Feather SS with a nice feather pro blade in there. And then they always love, at least in mine did, Razor Rock Game Changer .68. Well used Astra SP blade in there. Work of art on that barber pole handle. And then we'll be closing off, of course, with generic witch hazel, some Thayer's Medicated, and ta-da, Old Spice. Let's get it going. Nice cool morning this morning. We are unfortunately for a couple of days toward the end of the week going to climb back up in the 90s. But guess what? I'm not going to be here. No. We'll be in some place that's not quite as hot, but probably feels hotter, unfortunately. Well, no, it's fortunately. It's a good thing. This week is our visit to Mississippi. Really looking forward to that. You've heard about that, I think, the last video or two, and things are moving ahead. And yeah, our trip kind of planned out a little bit. We got our flight set. We got rented a car. A couple gracious hosts. And this is a interview visit, by the way, for those that are just joining. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But really looking forward to visiting those folks, seeing the area. Went wardrobe hunting beginning of the weekend because we're in California and people do dress up in California, but we don't dress in quite the same classic manner as folks in Mississippi and southern areas. So I definitely needed a little update to the wardrobe. It's not bad because I got some really nice pieces. Got a couple more things to get before we're ready. And then we'll be out of here. We leave Thursday so we can stay overnight in San Francisco. Because we got to catch like a 6 o'clock flight Friday morning out of San Francisco. And then we'll be there through Monday morning. Come back Monday, just in time to get back into the groove of the work week. Yep. All right. So I think this is still a little thick. Working it beautifully though. Chris's soaps do not disappoint. Especially this one. Smells great too. All right. Feather SS. What else happened this weekend? Services, of course. I did work Friday and Saturday. But being the 5th Sunday of this month, we didn't have regular services. We had what we call Fifth Sunday, where at the church everybody piles into one service. Normally we have 3, so I mean not everybody shows up because they set one service time 10:30, and so some of the senior folks of the congregation skip out because they are used to the earlier service, 9 o'clock. And some of the young families skip out because they're like, I don't want to do that. It's Fifth Sunday. It's basically like a free Sunday. But we did get a pretty good showing. I mean, people just have life in general. Sometimes they can't make it. That's all right. But everybody comes together for one service. We get a mix of a little bit more classic, or newer classic, and a little bit older, modern kind of songs that everybody can get along with. Our modern worship leader especially tones things down just a tad from the usual full-on drums and more rock gospel kind of sound. I don't know what he'd classify that as, but that happens. And then we had a congregational meeting. Being Presbyterian, the congregation gets to take part of the governance of the church. And so one of those important duties is picking the church officers for the next year. We've got a rotation of church officers that goes on. We've got our elders, who are like, besides the pastors, the elders are the kind of the governing body of the church. Then there's deacons that are kind of like a sub body that do a lot of service for the church, like visiting people or helping people out, almost like a chaplain like I do. But and then there's the nominating committee for next year that will throughout the next year make interview people in the church and make recommendations to fill the next year's spots for those people that are rotating out. It's a nice little system, part of the Presbyterian way. And so the congregation gets to see what this year's nominating committee, the folks they came up with. And usually those folks for the elder board and deacon board that are being nominated will already have gone before the pastors. They'll have been approved there and before the current elder board, the session, we call it. And then the congregation gets to kind of say yay or nay or make new suggestions. That doesn't happen very often. Usually the folks that the nominating committee comes up with throughout the year, their suggestions are just fine as they do their research. Since I work for the church, I can't really be an elder. I could be a deacon. But I did get to serve on the nominating committee, not this last time, but the year before. That was a good experience. So the nominating committee that did their work this year, I got to help recruit. And they'll get to help recruit the next group. But there was that. Short meeting, no more than 30 minutes, which is pretty short for any kind of decision-making church meeting for the most part. And then we had a nice big potluck lunch together. It ended up working out. The church usually provides a main dish, like a meat dish or something, or two, and then drinks. This year, we changed it up. They decided to only provide drinks and dessert. And the main part of the potluck, our luncheon, was up to the congregants. It ended up working out. Got a lot of casseroles, a lot of salads. Some people brought some small meat dishes. I mean, we had a couple hundred people there at least, maybe 300. So nobody's gonna be able to, well, I shouldn't say nobody's gonna be able to, but it's unlikely that anyone would wanna, on their own, one family cook for 300 people. But, all right. There's that. This, I also use this today to help remind me, Chris, gotta get those packages out. Folks are waiting. John is eagerly awaiting his razors back, and Matt on the TSC, Luecki, he is waiting his turn for the Feather clone and Kai Captain clone pass around. I got one last shave in with that. I think it was yesterday or Saturday or something. Yeah, I got those out on the table, ready to be packaged up. I'm gonna make it to the post office today. That's one of my chores. One of my other chores. Anyway, it was a good weekend. Setting up for the fifth Sunday isn't exactly less work. It feels like it sometimes, but it's pretty similar to having to set up for a regular Sunday. But it's a good thing. Getting everybody from, or as many as you can from all the services in at one time. Because they are part of the same church body. And sometimes it's hard to remember that, especially in a bigger church. Anyway, the rest of yesterday was yard work. Trying to fix up a couple more things around the house. Having problems actually with the fan in this bathroom. It's built up a bunch of dust and dirt that it's not easily accessible. I might have to go into the attic and try and pull it out that way. I don't know what they were thinking when they put this particular model in, but it's not really accessible from inside here. The normal plate that extends out from the box that the fan vents from. Usually, in most cases, it's a removable plate that you can just drop down with from a screw or two. But for some reason, this one is one solid piece with the box. So I got to figure that out. And then changing some air filters, cleaning that stuff out. Still got some laundry to do today. Yay, chores. Watering the lawn. Come on, Stubble, cooperate. Alright, that's not so bad. I think I got so close with the new yesterday that I don't have a lot of growth. That BBS lasted a long time. That'll be good enough for today. Don't want to bore you guys. I'm going to do a little bit of lather soak and wash up. I'll be right back. There we go. A little bit crooked there. Hopefully it wasn't that way the whole time. Dang it, now I messed up my angle. Oh well, that's alright. Lather soak done. Rubbing all that good CBL Roasted Oatmeal Stout all over my face. Letting it sit for a second. Feels good. Smells good. Cold water rinse. Just did some generic witch hazel. I got my Thayer's Medicated. A few drops of that. Has a nice light bay rum smell. Feels good. Because the pain's coming next. Modern Old Spice. High alcohol content. Gonna be generous with this today. Got 2 bottles of this. Partial bottles. And get rid of it. Not too bad of a burn, but it's there. And that, gentlemen, and ladies, if there are any, is that. Looking forward to my trip Thursday. And till then, I'll be shaving every day like a mad dog, doing my normal routine. You can catch us up at theshavingcadre.com. I'm Chris Thayer, also known as GearNoir. And got to get these packages off in the mail to these other shavers. It's been nice to be back with you. Hope you all have a good week. And hopefully we'll catch you on the Shaving Cadre. Come in and join on the fun. Have a good week. Bye.